Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It is so good to be back. My goodness gracious. It's always so much fun. Knowing that you guys are out there, it's really, really cool. Again, I know I say this all the time, but I wish I could see you, and we're going to have to work that out sometime, Alan, so that we can do a Zoom and I can actually see everybody. But it's really, really great knowing that you guys are there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been an absolutely lovely, magical, wonderful day. It's a lemonade day, I'm going to call it, because it's a day where, I always try and be really, really positive, and I try and always find the good in things. And so even when, there's something going on, I find a way to make lemonade out of a lemon. So today I was doing that, and I actually ended up having a wonderful, wonderful day. So I hope you guys did too. And I also had a lot of fun crafting today. So, I started down one avenue. I was actually on the phone with Linnea earlier today, and I got her permission to do a technique that she did on some of the cards some of the sample cards from our newest collection. And so I got her permission to do a technique. And then when I sat down and I started working, I ended up changing my mind because for some reason I just really felt like watercoloring. So I thought I'm going to just kind of go down this path and see what happens, even though I don't have a lot of time. And and thankfully it worked out. So anyway, back to you guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We actually got our we got what I'm calling CV2. It was our COVID vaccine 2, number 2. We got that on Friday, so Saturday we were kind of, down and out in the Hunt household, but Sunday we were back up and perky again and doing just fine. So we were down one day, so all is good, and it wasn't even that bad. So anyway, I'm not going to go into that, but well, I think I want to talk to you guys about what we're going to be doing today, because I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but the new collection is out. It was the March collection. Now it's the spring collection, because it didn't come out until April because of all of the wonderful international domestic shipping delays. But we are back on track. The new release is out. It is in stores everywhere. So I encourage you to check your local retail stores. Check if they're doing curbside delivery. Contact them, see what they're carrying from our new collection. If they have an online presence, their Facebook, whatever it is. If you're not sure, go out to our website and go to the About Us tab up at the top, and the store locator. We've linked most of the stores there. I think we might have a couple more that we need to add in there now. But we've linked stores there, and we've tried to link, to their website if they have one, or their Facebook page or something, to go directly to their LDRS products. So I encourage you guys to do that. I do want to tell you guys also the Stampendables. These are going to actually arrive in 2 days. So in 2 days, we're going to get them. You're not going to find them on our website just yet, but we're going to have them. They're going to be shipping out to retail stores. There's a lot of them that already have pre-orders up. So these are going to start, they're going to start shipping to you guys. Okay, so get your orders in for these. If you see a pre-order, get your order in, because I know they're going to go quick. This is one of the most popular tools right now of the year in crafting. So it is really, really cool, and it is fantastic. I got to tell you, it is specifically designed to fit perfectly in your hot little hand. It is wonderful to help with stamping and transferring that pressure evenly across your stamps. It has a wonderful thick pad on it that is a really nice firm pad, and it just helps with that stamping. It also makes it really, really easy for somebody who might have, who might struggle with arthritis or something. I have arthritis in my hands. This is not technically considered ergonomic. It's not like certified ergonomic, but I'm telling you, it helps. So you will see me using this, but I tell you, we're not going to have it in our store right away. But there are a lot of stores that are going to have this. So I encourage you to to go to the store locator and see if you can get your pre-orders in for that, because it's pretty cool. And I'm telling you, it's only like $8, so it's literally a toss in, you know, just into your basket. It's $8. I mean, I don't know.
What other tool can you buy?
What other tool can you buy for crafting? It's $8. I mean, really, seriously, that to me is kind of no brainer. But I mean, actually, well, I've got a couple of them placed around because I like to. I don't know. I just like to. I don't know. I think it's a toss in your bag kind of thing. You know, one of those things you're at the grocery store, you know, and you're at the register and you have all that stuff there. I think they're awesome. So anyway, what are we doing today? Today we're working with Madison's Garden. This is in the new collection. This is in the spring collection. It is a cover plate die, but I'm going to use it differently today. And if my darling hubby would do me a kindness of switching the camera, I can give you an idea. Go to 2. Here we go. This is Madison's Garden. I love this die. This, I think, is my favorite piece in the entire spring collection.
That sold out so fast.
Is it sold out again?
No, but it sold out so fast the first time.
Yeah, this sold out incredibly fast when we were at the trade show. I mean, we were on back order for this thing for a long time. We do have a restock in right now, and I don't know how long it's going to last, but look how gorgeous this die is. It is a cover plate die. So it does have a cut line going all around the outside. It has beautiful stitching, and it has this absolutely stunning pattern. Look at the card that we show on the back there. It's just so pretty. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And it is an A2 size, which means it's going to cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, I didn't actually use this as a cover plate though. I used it as, well, I started out using it as a stencil. And then I decided I wanted to use my watercolors. I wanted to use my Watercolor Markers. And so I actually ended up embossing with it, and then I ended up watercoloring. And you're going to see how that turned out. So, and I'm really pleased with it. And I got to tell you, I've never seen this technique before, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been around for years, all right? So I'm not claiming to have invented this technique by any means. But I have not seen it done before, and I absolutely love it. Now I'm talking about the one where I use the watercolor. I do want to show you. Alan, will you switch to camera 3?
Sure.
Okay, let me move this down here. This is what it looks like. Let me show you the back of it. See the back of it? I actually embossed this. All right. This is just regular cardstock. So you can see how beautiful. It's a beautiful deep emboss. And I'll show you how I got that shine on there too. But isn't that just gorgeous? I think it's so pretty as a lovely card topper. So this was where I started. And then I tried stenciling, but the stenciling, it just wasn't giving me the look that I wanted. And then I ended up using it with watercolor, and I'm going to show you how I did it. But let me first show you everything else that I am going to be working with, because there's always more, right? I ended up also pulling, because I needed some sentiments, and I ended up pulling my Make-A-Wish stamp set. This is actually part of our Sweet Birthday Wishes card kit that is brand new. I think it just went out last week. Sweet Birthday Wishes. This is the sentiment set from that, and I love it. I love this set. So I grabbed 2 of the sentiments from here. What, Alan?
All of those exclusive kits have shipped.
Oh, and Alan wants me to let everybody know that. Oh, did you remove the word pre-order?
No.
You should do that. Remove the word pre-order from the website.
Should I put temporarily in stock?
Just remove the word pre-order. You need to talk louder because people can't hear you. They just think I'm talking to nobody there. So, yeah, if you pre-ordered this, they went out like first of this, I think they shipped yesterday. So if you've already pre-ordered the Sweet Birthday Wishes craft kit, it's on the way. The other piece that I grabbed is our folded ribbon banner because I wanted that smallest one there. And then I also grabbed our watercolor paper. This is the A2 smooth watercolor paper, already cut to A2 size, very smooth, and a gorgeous bright white. Absolutely love that. So But let me show you first what I did here. So if you haven't already embossed with a die, I'm going to show you how it's done because it's really, really easy. Let me cut this piece. Let me move that out of the way. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to cut this paper here down to, I'm going to go a little bit bigger than I need it to be. All right. So this one happens to be a nice heavy cardstock. It's actually from one of our other kits. And so Alan, will you zoom back, go back to camera 2? Okay. So I'm using a Big Shot, and so I have my nice long extended plates. Now, you know, you're going to have to, if you're not using a Big Shot, then you're going to have to, you know, take a look at the instructions that come with your die cutting machine. But for the Big Shot, I can get rid of that little add-on plate there.
Green.
Well, on this one, it is green. I'm not sure if it's green on every one, but okay. So then you have the bottom plate, and then you put your, this is your, I don't know what the heck it's called. It's an embossing mat. It's kind of rubberized. And then you put your die, and you want that with the cut side up. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You want that with the cut side down. I'm doing it backwards. I've got my husband over here talking to me, so
I will go away.
you're going to have to, he's distracting me. So paper goes down, and then your die goes down. I'm going to bend mine a little bit because I've been cutting with it, so sometimes they bend a little. Okay. So you have the clear plate, all right, base plate. Then you have that little embossing mat, your paper, your die cut side down, so blade side is down, and then you put the top on it just like this, and then you hand it off to your assistant who's going to run that through.
Al is your assistant.
Al is my assistant.
Yes.
Alan. I don't call you Al. You're Alan.
Okay.
I think it's weird when people call you Al. I've always thought that's strange because, I don't know, Al was my grandpa. To be honest with you. So, I actually had an Uncle Al too, so it's kind of weird.
That would be weird.
Okay, so let me show you what we've got here. Hopefully it didn't move because I didn't tape it down. Looky how gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? So, so gorgeous. Let me move things over here. We're still going to have to do one more of those, so bear with me, Alan. Because I really want people to see. I'm going to show you how I did this. So go ahead and switch the camera back to 3. So there you go. Isn't it stunning? It's so pretty. Now, because I ran it through, you're wondering, how come that didn't cut? Well, it didn't cut anything because I ran it through with that embossing mat. So if you want to pre-cut your paper, you could pre-cut the paper to size if you want. If you want to just run it through just like so, just don't press down hard on it. You know, I can see where the line is, and I can cut where that line is. So it's really not that big of a deal. And then let me come back here to 5 1/2. I'm just not pressing down on it because once it's embossed, you don't want to press down on it and lose that beautiful emboss, right? That would be kind of silly. All right, so let me just trim this out a tiny little bit just to get my edges perfect. There we go. Now, I want to mention for anybody who might be new, if you have any questions, make sure you get your questions up there. And Alan will pass questions along to me. Now, I want to show you, isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. I want to show you how I got that beautiful, beautiful shine on there because it's so gorgeous. I actually use perfect pearls. This is like my new favorite thing. It's the perfect pearls. And I just mixed it with a little bit of water. So I just have a little brush here, and I'm just gonna scoop a tiny little bit. I don't want a whole lot because I don't want to waste it. A little bit out here. Mix it with some water. And look how pretty that is. And you just kind of apply that over the top. I might have too much water. Let me get rid of that water a bit. And I'm just going to come over just like so. And it's just kind of nice and easy and like painting. Well, it's not like painting, it is painting. I'm going to switch brushes. I don't like this brush. This is why I always use a brown brush. I like a round brush. A round brush has a pointier tip. So it's going to allow me to be a little more precise with my lines. Just like so. You know, add more water if you need more water. I'm going to smooth out my lines here a bit. You know, keep in mind, I did not cut this on watercolor paper, so I don't want to add a ton of water to it. But I can make it look a little bit prettier than I have. There we go. So as I go through this, it's going to build up. I mean, right now it doesn't look all that great, to be honest with you. There we go. I think I'd like it a little bit softer like that. I think I went a little bit heavy when I first started out on it. But this is basically the process. This is all I did. I can finish this up another time, but let me get this one little flower done here for you maybe. So you can see how it ends up looking. I really went heavy on that one. I'm not happy with that. I like it better a little bit softer. Let's see if I can soften that up by adding some water to it. There you go. I can pick some of that up and move it over here. Da-da-da. You know, in some of the areas when they get a little bit heavier, it's almost like a highlight, which I think is really, really pretty. Let me get a little more over here. But this is like the easiest watercoloring you're probably ever going to do. And I think it comes out really, really pretty. But now this is what led me to do what I ended up doing. The real thing that I want to show you that I ended up doing. So that's basically where that's at. There's a couple of areas here where I would dip in with a little bit of water and pull some of that out of there maybe, where that's so bright right there and I don't really like it. But the great thing about water, soluble, is that you can adjust it a little bit, right? So I can take some areas and I can add a little bit of water and just lighten them up a bit. And so as we go through, as I finish that up, wow, on camera I can see how white that one looks and I don't like it. So let's remove some of that. So you can add as much or as little as you want. And then as you go through it and finish it, do a little bit of cleanup where needed, like right here. All I'm doing is going back into my water and then pulling some of that out of there, and it cleans it up in between. Really super easy. See how that cleans it right up? Having the round brush really helps. Makes a big difference. You get in between these right here too. There we go. Isn't that pretty already? You can do some areas lighter, some areas darker. Here it is, so you can even see the difference, how it looks when you put it on a more vibrant card versus a really, really soft cardstock. Isn't that just so pretty? I'm going to finish that and make a card out of that, card topper out of that, because I think that is just stunning. I love that white on there. It's almost silvery. Really pretty. So, okay, so this is what got me started down the path of what I ended up doing. Oh boy, that's loud. Sorry about that. Wow. Okay, but this is what got me down the path of where I ended up. And I'm being told that my grandson, Ethan, who just turned 24 years old, is on tonight. So hi, Ethan, and happy birthday. Yes, his name is Ethan Hunt. Have you heard that name before? Where have I heard that? For anybody who is what's the name of that movie? I can't think of it right now. Mission Impossible. That is where Ethan Hunt is from. And actually, really, really cool story. Our Ethan Hunt actually got to participate with the production studio in some advertisement stuff for that because of his name, which was really cool. So anyway, that was pretty neat. So let me show you where I ended up. I'm grabbing stuff that doesn't even pertain to where we are. So I want to show you well, all right, I just showed it. So I went from here to, okay, that looks awesome, but what if I could do that with watercolor? And so this is where I landed. Isn't that pretty? I am over the moon excited about how gorgeous this turned out. So you can see on the back, it is completely embossed. I don't know if that, yeah, I think the emboss is showing up when I go like this. It's hard to see when we're on camera, but in person, I have to tilt it a little bit for you guys to really see that emboss. But, you know, in person when you're looking at it, it is just amazing. So I'm going to show you how we did that. And this is where my watercolor paper comes in. So, Mr. Hunt, I need you over here again because we're going to do another one of these die cuts. So this paper is already cut to A2. All right. So I've got my my base plate, my clear plate, my what is that called? Embossing pad. I don't know what it's called. How does everybody else know what it's called? Are they inexpensive? Yeah. You know, I think a lot of machines come with them. This one was actually from my Cuttlebug, and I'm using it with my what's this called again? With my Big Shot. I'm having trouble with the names of everything today. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I am going to, all right, I like that song, so that's in my head now. I'm going to go ahead and tape this down, see if that'll hold, just so that it doesn't move, because it is A2 sized already. Sorry, I got to get a little piece of tape here. And I don't want it to slide when it goes through the machine, and it has to travel a little ways to get to the machine while in my husband's possession. So, all right, so blade side down. I'm not trying to say anything, my love. I'm just saying that I'm being careful. So Alan's going to go run that through. Okay, squeeze that sandwich. All right, perfect. Excellente. All right, so he's going to go do that. And then I'm going to show you what else we're going to work with. I thought this would be fun, Karin markers, my go-to watercolor markers these days. And so the colors that I used in here, in case you want to use your Karin markers, I've got pale pink, rose pink, that's the darker pink. I've got, thank you, honey, pale orange, gold, and then curry, which is my favorite green for leaves. And then for this one, I actually grabbed a fatter round brush, watercolor brush. All right, so let's see how we did here. Got to rotate that plate a little bit there. There we go. All right, so this is always the fun part. Someone's got to cut her nails. Oh my God. There we go. All right, so peel that off of there. Oh, yeah. All right, there's one. I swear, some of this stuff shouldn't take this long, right?
90 degrees.
What's 90 degrees?
If you pull the tape 90 degrees, no. that was a pivot of 90. Straight out.
Okay, say straight. I thought you wanted me to turn it. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we're having communication issues. Go figure. Husband and wife having communication issues. That never happens. No. Okay, so I have little bits and stuff all over it. So look how beautiful that is. This watercolor paper is 300-gram watercolor paper. So it is a really good heavy watercolor paper. And you can just see how deep that embosses. Isn't that gorgeous? So let me show you what I did. Because this is really, really easy. I'm telling you, this is going to be the easiest watercoloring you are ever going to do. I'm not going to be able to do this whole thing, but I do want to get started on it, and I want to show you what I did. So I'm going to grab my lightest pink to get started. So that's my pale pink. And I'm on a glass mat here. So I'm just going to grab, I got my water here. Sorry. Where's my... I've got to get set up here. I've always got my towel ready to go in case I do too much water. And I'm just going to smoosh that around and I'm going to start painting. And I'm literally just outlining the top of the little flower petals. And, you know, on some of them, you know, when you do the embossing, you know, sometimes depending on your sandwich and your paper, whatever it is, you might get, see how I have like texture in there? You might get a little bit of creasing, folding if it moves a bit. And I actually like that on the petals because I think it gives the petals some, like some texture to it, which I think is really pretty. So I'm literally just painting this on here. So fun, so easy. Put the music on. I don't have to worry about, you know, how well it blends. You know, some areas may not be as deep as others also. So don't even worry about it. Just put a little bit of color on there. Question, do you have to wet your paper at all? I'm actually doing a wet to dry technique right now. So I'm not wetting the paper right now. I don't want this watercolor paper, I'm sorry, this watercolor paint right now to spread too much. I want to control the amount of water that I have. So I'm doing a wet to dry technique because I don't want a lot of water in there. There we go. Look how pretty and simple and easy that is. Really, really gorgeous. And, you know, you just kind of have to think a little bit about, you know, what part of this is a flower and what part is a leaf. You know, what color do I want the center to be and so on and so forth. But, I mean, if that's your hardest decision of the day, I think you're having a great day. Just get all those little pieces. Just so pretty. I'm just going to do the bottom of this in here to show you how easy and fun this is. If you're not sure what some of the pieces are, then you know, you can look at some of the samples that we have online to see what some of the, you know, is this part of the flower? Is this part of, you know, a leaf? You know, 'cause sometimes it can be, you know, questionable when you're looking at something that's new and you don't see it in color. But look how fast and easy this is, and it's so pretty, almost kind of pastel. And then I'm going to go over, I'm just going to do this a little bit in here. Let's leave that at that. Okay, and then I think that's going to be enough to really kind of give you an idea with that one color. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that stunning? I love it. So next I'm going to move, while that beautiful pink dries, I'm going to move on to a little bit of green. So this is curry. Do we have any other questions, Alan?
No.
You're not sure? Or no?
There was a question about the envelope dye, but it looks like it's sold out again.
Oh, the envelope dye is sold out again?
Yeah.
At HSN?
Yeah.
Sorry.
There were some just a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's kind of a hot ticket item. We got more in there pretty quickly. But yeah, all right. Well, I'm happy that they sold out again, but I'm sorry if you didn't get one. I'm going to grab, I think I missed a little bit of pink here, so I'm going to get pink again. I think I missed a tiny little bit right here, and then a little bit right here. And I want to get that little star-like shape right there. There we go. All right. And so I have a little bit of the leaves here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come up here because I really want to show you how beautiful this green is on the leaves. So I have a little leafy pattern up here. And I'm just going to go in very quickly and put a little bit of green. Now I'm using a very watered down version of this green. If you want to go heavier, you can. But I wanted this to be really soft, very pastel. Look how beautiful that is. And then I'm going to come in with my thin, really thin little brush here. It's another watercolor brush, just to come right up those, I need a little bit of water, to come right up the stem to better define that. Look how easy that is. It's so gorgeous. We've also got the, what is the other one called? I can't think of the name of it. This is the Madison's Garden. The other is the, is it Floral Foliage? Is that what it's called? Isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty that is.
There's also, what's the A2 cover plate?
That's the one I was talking about. I can't think of what it's called right now. But isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty that is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up here. I'm going to go straight to this pale orange. Just so you can see the color scheme that I chose. So I've got my thicker brush again. Pick up a little bit of that paint. And I'm going to put this into the center. This truly is going to be the easiest watercolor technique you're going to do, probably ever. And I think it yields beautiful results. Really pretty. I think I may have watered that down. So if you watered it down too much, just grab a little bit more of the paint. And then I'm going to come right in on this little piece here. Beautiful little flower. And give that a single coat there. I see a couple of pieces in here I want to touch that I didn't get. Let me go back to my really pale little pink here, which is actually called pale pink. I forgot. I was looking at the name and I had it right to begin with. Let me touch it on here. So in just a moment, I'm going to darken up some of the pink. I'm seeing a couple of places that I missed. Because I have this bright light on me for the camera, it's hard for me to see some of the areas, the way that the light's hitting it. So that's why I'm missing things. Because it puts a lot of light onto white for me. Tiny little bit of this green because I want to get this stem right here. Ah, got a bad angle. There we go. Get this other stem here. Pretty. And then next, I'm going to go up a color to this beautiful rose pink. These are two colors. I love these colors together. It's pale pink and then rose pink. I absolutely love these together. So now you're going to see a more vibrant pink, and you're going to see this color jump right up. It's so pretty. Too much water. There we go. Now, because I've gone a little bit darker, I'm going to be a little more precise with how I color it. Just so I get a nice smooth edge. Isn't that pretty? I think it's beautiful. If you see it go on like darker than you want, add a little more water and just come back over it. I'm going to get some of these areas here, but not all of them, just because I want a variation of color on that. Now that's a little bit lighter than I want, so I'm going to add some color back into my water. Oops, and well, look what I did. I've sprinkled, like I've gone like this, which is actually kind of pretty because it gives a little bit of a speckled look to your paint. So don't worry if that happens. It's something that you can add in at the end actually too. It's a really, really pretty touch. You're going to see me do that on the other one before I make a card out of it. Did you say what brushes you're using? I usually, tell you what I usually use. I usually use Winsor & Newton. That's what this little one is. These are, it says Eve, I don't know what they are, who they're by. It says Eval series. I can't remember. I think I got these at Blick Art Materials. And because I was looking for a really nice, really good water brush, and wanted to try something new, but here's the thing, here's what bothers me about it. I don't know if you can see how long this brush is. It's actually quite long, and it's not one of my favorites. If I were you, I would just make sure you're, if you want to buy some water brushes, here's what I would suggest. Make sure you're getting an actual water brush, made for watercoloring, and get a variety of round brush tips. And by variety, I don't mean get like 7 or 8. I mean, you'll never use them unless you're doing, real professional watercolor scenes and painting and stuff. I pretty much use, this is my favorite one. This is a 000. So I usually use like a 000 or a 00 for a lot of the watercoloring, because the watercoloring that I do, I'm working with really small images, and this allows me to get in really fine spaces. So this is a round tip to it. This one is a number 2, and I love this size for some of these bigger areas. I think it works beautifully. So my suggestion would be, if I were going to go out and get some brushes, I would probably get a 000 and a 00 and a number 2. I don't think I would invest in like a whole, collection of them, one of those collection packs or whatever. I would spend a little bit more money and get and get a couple of really good brushes. Let's put it that way. Rather than trying to get more brushes for the same amount of money. Because you'll never use all of those brushes. Not doing, not doing cards. Let's put it that way. So this is, I think, is just so much fun. You can see me I think this is just so easy. I'm not worried with this kind of a project. I'm not worried about all that shading and, is it all blended beautifully and perfectly and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about it with this kind of a thing. It's not that kind of painting. All right. So, I would keep going with this. I would add a little bit of yellow into the centers. See how pretty that comes out? I just put a little bit of that yellow into the center. I went in with a second coat of the yellow that I have there. I think it's really pretty, really nice and clean and beautiful. I actually like those speckles that I have in there, so I think I might add some on this one. And just make it extra pretty. Whoa, I almost just spilled water all over the place. That would have been fun, wouldn't it?
Clean up aisle 7.
Clean up aisle 7. Yeah, that would have been great. So let's see if I can get some of those speckles in here. Might need a little more color. I'm getting it everywhere, I'll tell you, everywhere but where I want it to be.
That looks good on screen, but that looks even better in person.
Hubby says it looks even better in person. There we go. Now I'm getting some speckles.
Much brighter and vibrant.
Not getting as much color as I would like. I don't know if it's the water or if it's because I'm afraid I'm going to get it on my clothes. There we go. Now it's going. So there's that color. I'm going to do some of that same kind of thing, but with the lighter pink. Am I getting it on my shirt? Wouldn't that be a joy? All right, here we go. Here's that lighter pink. I'm not sure that's even showing up. I can't talk. I'm having trouble speaking. You guys are going to watch me do this for hours, right? All right, so I want another color in here. So maybe I'm going to go with some green. I could do yellow, but I'm going to try the green and see how we do. Boy, I hope I don't hate this. This is where you go, boy, I hope I don't ruin my picture. Am I even getting any green spots? I think I am. I think that's kind of pretty. All right, let's not overdo it. Just pretty. You can do that with whatever excess paint you have or whatever. Get that out of the way. Floral Mosaic, Cindy Patty says, yes, thank you, darling. Floral Mosaic. I couldn't think of what it was called. You'd think I would remember. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry you guys are witnessing what is happening on screen right now. Oh, my gosh, I forgot the camera was on, but I had to get all that before it dried. Okay, so here is my little mini masterpiece, I'm going to call it, because I really like it. I think it's pretty. And let's see, where are we going to head with this? So I told you I grabbed this sentiment set here, and I've actually stamped some sentiments. Get them out. So I'm going to finish up 2 cards here for y'all. And here's what I did first. I had a little bit of a search going on today. I could not find my vellum. And so I went ahead and I stamped wishing you Every happiness, which is right here. This is in the Make-A-Wish from the Sweet Birthday Wishes. I stamped that, wishing you every happiness, and then I stamped the Happy Birthday, which is right down here. And then I die cut them both with the folded ribbon banner, and I used the smallest one here. And you can see on here, this has score lines already, so it's really, really, really easy to use. So, the really cool thing is, I don't know if you can, I don't think you can see the score lines on camera. Let me see if I can get a good, it's hard because we have such bright light in here, but anyway, I assure you they're there. If I go like that, you can see how easily it bends right there. So if I bend that back, makes it so easy for you, then bend that one forward. Okay, this is what it looks like. Bend the one back. We do all the work for you. No scoring with these, and then bend the other one forward, and look how beautiful that is. It's so pretty. So while this is still drying a little bit, I'm going to set that one aside. I've got okay, so I've already got this. This is a half sheet. It was a whole sheet. I cut it. It was an 8.5 by 11, so I cut it at 5.5 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and score it down the middle at 4 1/4. All right. Fold it on that score line. Increase it. Oh, Jean is saying vellum would be gorgeous on that card. Stay tuned, Jean. So I was looking for my vellum. Did I say that already? I couldn't find vellum anywhere. I don't know where the stuff was. And so I called my hubby, who was out and about, and I said, hubby, actually I didn't say that, I said, Alan, can you help me please, darling? My darling sweet husband. And he was already out and about, so he stopped at Michael's for me, and he grabbed me some vellum. What a darling. My husband. I love him. He's a good guy. All right, so I'm going to pop this up on some foam because I want to. I think I want to. Let's see if I want to. I think it'll be pretty on foam. Yeah, I'm going to put that on foam. I think it'll be really pretty. So he did. He went and got me some vellum. And I'm very, very grateful. You know, when you do this, make sure you're not pressing really hard because you don't want to undo the that embossing, right? So I'm going to gently press that on there so I don't undo the embossing. Wow, could I have cut that piece any more perfect? Talk about luck. That never happens. Now watch, this one's going to be way too big. I did it again. All right, that's just crazy. I cut it to fit perfectly in there. I didn't measure it. That never, ever happens. All right, so this is really pretty. So, all right, let me put that down. Peeling it right back up, and I don't want to do that. There we go. You know what? I think it's coming right back up because it doesn't have a lot to stick to. So because we have it embossed. Yeah, and I haven't pushed it down. I don't want to push it down, but I might have to. Just a wee bit. All right, I gotta line this up better. Sorry, I need to focus, so I can't talk right now. Aww. There we go. Pretty, pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. And so this, I'm actually going to put, I think I'm just going to put it right here. I think that's pretty. Where's my tape? I do agree vellum would look gorgeous on this, but I've decided to do one with vellum and one without vellum.
Sans vellum.
Sans vellum, yes. Sans vellum. Alan's teaching me new words. Let's put it up here just a little bit. So it's just slightly off center. Is it straight? I think it's straight. I hope it's straight. I want it off center. It's purposely off center. There we go. So there's one. I do think I might like vellum on it better, but we're going to see, because this one, I actually have vellum. Hubby got me some vellum. What I may end up doing on this one, now that I'm thinking about it, I may end up putting something up here for a little more dimension, or I may swap that out for vellum. I don't know if I love that with that on there, because it's the only thing that's got a lot of texture. Huh?
Hold the vellum up on it.
Well, yes, I think the vellum is just very, very pretty. So I may end up swapping that out, but we'll see. I only have one with vellum right now. And this, I actually got my vellum, see? So maybe we'll swap that one out because I'm not crazy about it. And I'm actually going to adhere this flat down because I ran into the issue with the foam on that one and I wasn't crazy about it. See, this is crafting, right? You see what works, you see what doesn't work. I'm going to put more on here than I normally would just because I have it embossed, so a lot of the edges are lifted up. And wow, that got dirty. That's kind of weird looking. So I want to make sure that it catches. Oh! Oh! I almost forgot to put this on here. Oy, oy, oy. I want to, yes. So,
wrap around?
Yep, I'm going to wrap it around. So, I'm going to put, I don't know if it's going to allow me to do this. I may have to, all right, I've got to get a different tape. It doesn't like that. It doesn't like the fact that it's bumpy. Let's see if this one will do it. All right, do me a favor, will you get my score tape out for me?
I will if you tell me where
it's in the top, top one right there, farthest left, top drawer. Right there. Yep.
You want the thick one?
Yep. All right. There you go. When in doubt, grab your score tape. It's just that it's bumpy, so we're having a little bit of an issue with it sticking. But score tape? This stuff sticks to everything. I'm just going to do one side to begin. See if I'm putting this in the right space, right place. Make sure I'm going to go, I want it off, I want the wishing you every happiness to go off to the side a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that and crease it right at the edge, and it's folded right over my score tape. Perfect. There we go. Make sure that is good and straight. Fold that down. Look how pretty. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I think it's much prettier with the vellum. All right. So, there we go. Look how beautiful that is. Did I get tape? Oh, I do. I have tape sticking out the edge there. All right. Just, isn't that pretty? I think it's gorgeous. So, what are we going to do with this one? I'm going to redo that. I'm going to pop that off of there. And I'm going to do another vellum because I want to make this card the way I want it to be. Which means I'm going to have to lift this off. No, well, yeah, I can do it.
You don't have to. Can't you just cut it and then put it on another base?
No, I can pull that up. It'll work. It hasn't sat long enough to... I'm going to do it right now. Oh. Of course I'm going to do it now.
Oh, here we go.
Of course I'm going to do it now. I'm going to show everybody how to fix it, right?
What color ink are you going to use?
I'm going to use...
Is there a dark purple? I'm
going to use my Raven. That's what I have here. I'm going to make do with what I have. I'm going to cut this a little bit large because I want to have something to hold with my magnet here. Let me move this card out of the way because I don't want to get anything on it. Fits in there beautifully. So which one was that? I think that's the happy birthday.
Wishing you every happiness?
Nope, I already used wishing you every happiness. So I've got all my goodie stuff here. Now I've got my anti-static, which is right here. I've got my embossing powder. This is a clear embossing powder. And I'm going to use my Raven Hybrid ink. I'm going to grab my happy birthday stamp here. Actually, you know what? I can go with a bigger stamp now, I think. No, I'm going to go with a simple happy birthday. I just think that's really pretty. I like it. Is it straight? I think that's straight. Now I am going to stamp this a couple of times because I want it to be really good and I want that ink to be really good and wet so that it will grab the there we go. The embossing powder. So here's my embossing powder. Put that over there pretty quickly. Set this aside. Clean that up later. You guys don't need to see me clean everything up now. Now I'm going to go ahead and emboss this, but I'm going to get this started because I want to have my embossing gun hot. Okay, so give that a moment to heat. Okay, let me make sure. I think it's done. Make sure everything's good. Okay. It's perfect. Let's see. Let that cool off. La 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 la. And I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. Hope I got it straight. I think I did. And then I'm going to go ahead and lift this up. I'll leave that on there because it's still really sticky. And we're going to put happy birthday. I'm going to put it in the same place off to the side just like that. And I think this is going to be much more elegant. So this is a Mr. Fix-It moment, or Mrs. Fix-It moment. Everybody's so quiet, right? No questions?
No.
Wow. Why is everybody so quiet tonight? Let me lower this down a little bit. I think this could have been just as pretty too if I would have maybe embossed it in white. That could have been really pretty too, but I had my Raven here with me. Or even in a silver. I think could have been really pretty. There we go, caught the end of it. Excellent. Oh, that's not even straight, so let's try that again. Oh, for goodness sakes. Angela, you're making mistakes. Yeah, this is where you go, wow, that score tape is really good. There we go. close enough. We're going to go with close enough on that one because, well, we're out of time. Okay. And really, unless you're really focused on it, I don't think you're going to know that it's ever so slightly off. Okay, let's put that back down on there. There we go. Look how pretty. Alan, do you want to go back out to camera 2? All right, so here are the 2 cards. Very different looks. Let's put them up here. Isn't that pretty? I think they're beautiful. I think it's just gorgeous. Very different looks. So this is the watercolor. So it was embossed and then watercolor. Look, if you go like that, you can see the beautiful emboss. The light catches it on, so the camera can see it. And then watercolored. And then this one is beautifully embossed. And it's also watercolored, but I watercolored it with perfect pearls, where this one is watercolored with card markers. So pretty. Okay, Alan. Camera 1. Uno. So gosh, I hope you guys like these. Sorry about the mistakes, but that's how crafting is, right? And I think it's fun sometimes to try and, you know, kind of figure out what's going to work and what isn't going to work, and then you know for next time. So hopefully you guys enjoy these. I really like these cards. I think that they're fun, they're playful, there's an elegance about them, and it allows you to kind of watercolor in a different way, and I think it gives you even one more, if not 2 more uses for your embossing, or not embossing, but your cover plate dies, because I love embossing with them. I think it's a really, really beautiful look. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So if you haven't already got a comment out there, make sure you put something out there, because we're going to be doing a drawing. And tonight, we're actually going to be giving away one of these Madison's cover plate dies. So, Misto Hunt, I need to know who the winner is. What happened to our board? I can't see anything up there anymore.
Where?
Up on the board here.
Oh, yeah, it's over here.
Waiting for a name.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my mouse.
We have the dancing. We're dancing in the garden. Oh, God. I'm just, you know, just trying here. Mr. Hunt is taking his time.
I'm doing my best.
Okay, we got a name. The name is, the winner is, congratulations to Becca Atkin. Is that how you say it? Atkin? Aitken? Becca Aitken, you are the winner. Congratulations. You won the Madison's Garden A2 cover plate die, and I think you're going to love this. This has been one of the most popular items in this entire collection, so I think you're going to love it. So Becca, I need you, please send us your complete mailing address to customerservice@LDRScreative.com, and we will be able to get your prize out to you right away. Yay! Congratulations, Becca. All right, everybody. I think that is it for today. Here's the cards. That was a little shot that, you know, that's for, I have to have something to put up for like the cover. Okay. Anyway, I know it's kind of weird. It's weird to be doing that, to be honest with you. I think it's even weirder for you guys to see it. But I hope you enjoyed this. I loved making these. I'm so thrilled with the outcome. And hopefully you guys learned a little something today and maybe even had a little bit of fun. We will be back again on Thursday. I have no idea what I'm going to be working with. I will be figuring that out shortly, but we'll be back same place, same time, 7 p.m. Thursday night. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening and a wonderful next couple of days. Till next time, we'll see you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, and then you will get, you know, an automatic email anytime we have a new video up. Alan, you want to say something?
Invite some friends.
Oh, and invite some friends. Absolutely. This is all about friends and hanging out and crafting together. So invite some of your friends. Let people know that we're here. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks so much.